What is up, guys? Giants901 here with another FIFA 16 passing tutorial. This one's going to be focusing on the lob through ball. I already have a passing tutorial on the overall passing, advanced techniques, and on the driven pass, so check that out after this video. But this one is going to be focusing on that lob through ball and how is it performed. It is quite simple. What you want to do is press the LB button if you're on Xbox or the L1 button if you're on PlayStation while pressing the pass button, the through ball button, which is the Y button on Xbox, and the triangle button on PlayStation. The first thing I like to do, though, personally, is to switch up my settings and make it manual. This is more of an advanced technique because it allows you to have a little bit more control of the ball, a little bit more control of the power and the placement. So I personally like to put it on manual, but it really depends on you and your level of confidence with this lob through ball. The main thing you want to notice about the lob through ball is that it is not FIFA 15. This is FIFA 16. The lob through ball cannot be abused and pace abused like you could in FIFA 15. That is not how it's going to work. If you're constantly trying to get the ball up the pitch with the lob through ball and go on those breakaways, it's not going to work. Defenders are going to be able to stop you. The pace isn't going to be there for you, and you're not going to be able to abuse it as well as before. So you have to realize what the actual purpose of the lob through ball is in FIFA 16, and that is to gain space. Here you're going to see my first example. The lob through ball is best when there is a player in between your two players. So here you see those two circles are my player, the blue circles, and then the red circle is the enemy team. The opponent is between my two players, so the best way to get it to my player is by doing a lob through ball. And it doesn't just have to be directly in the middle inside that passing lane. Here's another example. Once again, he's not actually right in between my two players, but this is the perfect opportunity since there is a defender that could possibly get into the passing lane if you do a regular pass or a regular through ball, because since interceptions are so good in FIFA 16, if they're anywhere near it, it is best to do the lob through ball and take a chance. Even though the first touch might be a little bit worse than a regular through ball, it is best to try the lob through ball because they will quickly pound on that passing lane and take away the ball from you. So try to do the lob through ball so they can't get into that passing lane. Although this isn't FIFA 15, the long distance pass still works, but it works differently than before. You can't just do it straight to your strikers, straight to your wingers, and expect them to go take the ball with a perfect first touch or steal the ball right away from the defender and go on the breakaway. Here you're going to see an example. There's a player in between my guy and the winger. Now, I want to get the ball to the winger, but this is what is key. In these situations where you see those errors, you want to move it as far over to where the out of bounds line is as possible without it actually going out of bounds. This is important because that's where the open space is. If you just try to push it as far up the pitch as possible, the defender's going to be able to get to it. If you move it with your left analog stick as far to the outside as possible, where there is open space, because you can see in the outside there's open space. If you try to do it just straight forward or towards the inside, there's not going to be any space. So you want to make sure you push it as far out to the outside. So that's where the open space is, and that is how the long distance lob pass is going to work. Lastly, guys, the lob through ball is great for crossing. Here you're going to see an opportunity. One of my players is making a beautiful run. He is wide open. You could do the early cross or a regular cross, but if you want the ball to get to him quickly and in front of him so he catches it in stride, you want to do the lob through ball because it's a little bit lower. It'll get to the player faster, and it'll make sure to get to him in front of his foot so he can actually get it in stride and score a nice little goal, as you see here. So whenever you're close to the player and you want to lead them a bit with the pass, with the cross, you want to do the lob through ball cross instead of the regular cross, because this way it'll get to the player a little bit quicker and it'll make sure that it gets to him in front of him instead of him having to stop, retreat, get the ball, and then try to head it or try to do the first time shot. So make sure you incorporate the lob through ball as a cross and don't just think about just the regular cross buttons like the early cross or the ground cross. Make sure you incorporate this into your move sets. That's basically it, guys. I hope you guys found this tutorial useful. This is a really effective move, but you gotta realize this is not FIFA 15. It is not made for abuse. It's not made for glitches. Click on the left if you want to see all my other tutorials. I got defending, passing, attacking, all different types of tutorials. On the right if you want to see my Ultimate Team tip videos, and down below to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future tutorials or tips. Thanks, guys.